exercise, go! Hunto, hunt!
Are you two tough to talk, huh?
My name is Brinley. I'm 17. I'm the nicest person ever.
I'll bite your nose off if you was up in here. So you bring up in here. You want to do something? Make a move. I can't stop you. Take it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Current,
the quick response news program from Jockey Club T College,
where we report on the latest issues, events, and culture.
I'm Ariel.
And I'm Lucas. What the heck? Kids going to prison?
Yup, it's called Scare Straight, when kids at risk visit a prison to see what their future might look like.
This is not a game. This is a lifestyle. We live here. Once you here, you're only a number. Who's talking to you? You are. Then look at me and pay attention.
What does that have to do with us? We're good kids here at TE.
Something similar was in the news just last week when a primary school in Hong Kong got some heavy negative feedback when they did a mock prison experience with primary students.
Ah yes, I've read about that. There was a huge uproar from parents and people complaining that this fear tactic is too intense for primary students.
Now we don't know all the details because the Facebook post was quickly taken down and the school hasn't responded to the complaints that we could find.
True, but it does bring up the question of if fear should be used as an education strategy to influence students.
Does it work? Might using fear as a motivation strategy be damaging at certain ages?
Or could it actually be a very powerful and successful way to get troublesome teens in particular to shape up and live straight?
To find out what students think, we put together a focus group hosted by one of our reporters, Callista. Over to you, Callista.
Thank you, Ariel and Lucas. Here's our focus group. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
What do you think of primary students having a mock prison experience?
I think it's great because they can experience something they never could otherwise.
I think it's too tough for primary students to see prison. They will be scared and maybe have nightmares.
I think that is scary for them because they are not so mature and then they will be scared and hurt their mental health.
It's fun and unique, but not for kindergarten students.
I think it's great that they can see consequences.
I think my brother, he's in P6, definitely deserves this kind of experience.
He's naughty?
He's terrible.
Do you think fear should be used as an education strategy?
No, they will have mental problems if it is too strong.
I think so, because they need to know the consequences and what might happen to them.
Sometimes it's okay, but I kind of feel like it'll kill the passion of studying for the students.
I think it's probably okay, but not too much.
Is there any age where it is inappropriate?
I think it's definitely inappropriate for kids in primary, other than my brother.
Secondary is okay, but not primary.
I think kindergarten P1, P2, P3 are absolutely inappropriate because they are too small to educate with fear, and then they might have very big mental health problems such as nightmare or etc.
Just not kindergarten students.
I think all primary is too young, but secondary, okay.
How might using fear be a bad thing?
It just kills their passion of studying.
Has it ever killed your passion?
Right now, the fear of failing DSE is kind of overwhelming.
How is fear used as a motivation strategy in normal schools like TE?
In TE, I think that's the biggest fear is the yellow paper because my English teacher will give me a yellow paper if I'm late for her lesson.
I think yellow paper is the most frightening strategy. API works too.
I think yellow papers are the very cons because they happened to me and they sucked.
What happened?
I got caught with my phone.
Okay.
I think API because it goes up when you forget to bring your homework or books.
I think the fear of API and stuff is definitely enough, but also the fear of disappointing teachers and principals.
What about your parents?
The standards has been lowered by my brother, so...
Are you afraid of your teachers, parents, being called to the principal's office?
Yeah, all of that.
No, I'm not afraid of teachers and parents, but I'm afraid of being called to the principal's office.
You're not afraid of any teachers?
Yes, some of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in my Form 1, I experienced Miss Tao. And Miss Tao teach me English, and then once I used it to curse, and then they got caught, and they got punished. I stand for 2 whole lessons.
I'm totally not.
Really? Even Mr. Scott?
Well, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes when they are mad and they will shout to you, which makes you scared.
Do your parents shout at you a lot?
Nah, I don't think so.
Lucky. I feel like as long as I did not do anything bad, there's no reason to be scared of teachers, but I will get nervous when the principal calls me because, it's principal.
What is the best way to motivate you in life and your studies?
I think the best way to motivate me is giving me more holidays, therefore I can recharge myself.
I need a lot of encouragement.
I think TAI points, because if you got enough TAI points, then you can get a reward in the closing ceremony.
In my BAFS lessons, Miss Poon will just throw candy if you answer the right question, and then it's just fun. And it keeps me super high, so yeah, that's a good motivation.
I like meaningful slogans and quotes.
Can you tell me one?
Count your blessings.
The thought of succeeding is a great motivation for me.
Ah, you look forward to rewards.
Yes.
Would you be willing to visit a real prison?
Yes, I would be willing. That would never happen to me, but I wouldn't mind seeing.
No, that would be so horrible.
Yeah, of course, because I don't need to go to school and have lesson, and then it's a very funny field trip.
Yeah, why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I think just the experience, why not?
Absolutely not. Ew.
Why?
It's dirty and I feel like I'm not in a good enough mental state to visit these kind of places.
I think that's enough. Thank you everybody for coming.
You're welcome.
Now back to you, Ariel and Lucas.
Thank you, Callista. That was very interesting. Some of the students think it might be okay for some upper primary students,
while most think it will be too much for all primary students. That's actually where I stand. I don't think fear should be used to motivate students.
No.
I much prefer positive motivation things like rewards and incentives. Carrots, you could say.
I like rewards too, but showing the stick, the consequences might really reach some struggling students in secondary school. Not primary, secondary.
True, and there already is an OLE program in Hong Kong for secondary school students to visit prisons. Take a look.
The Correctional Services Department today launched its community education program, The Reflective Path, at Ma Hang Prison. A mock court sentenced more than 30 students to experience a day in the prison where they went to work, eat, and sleep as a person in custody. A real prisoner shared his feelings and prison experience with the young people. The department hopes this program will help the students comprehend its messages on the importance of leading a law-abiding, drug-free life and supporting offenders' rehabilitation.
Through they experience the life in dormitory or isolation cell, they learn discipline and know how the prison life is bitter. We hope that in future, maybe they have some times that they have to make a choice. They will remember this experience and choose a right path.
That's kind of cool. I'll do that.
By the way, we're talking here about the consequences of things like taking or selling drugs, being in a gang, stealing, or even fighting.
Great connection to our last episode. If you ever do lose your temper and get in a fight, and somebody somehow accidentally gets really hurt,
you could go to prison for young people. It's called juvenile detention.
For almost everyone arrested in Hong Kong, the incarceration journey begins here at the Lai Chi Court Reception Center, which serves as both a booking center for arrestees and a prison for some.
Now, we aren't trying to scare you or use extreme fear as a motivation tactic ourselves here. Seriously, we aren't.
Correct. We don't need to. Like students noted, demerit points, yellow papers, and even visits to the principal's office are usually enough for the vast majority of students.
I don't ever want to get called to the principal's office.
Me neither. We're much more fans of incentives and rewards, not fear.
That's the end of this episode of The Current.
Find things that motivate you positively in life and your studies.
What works on you? Fear or reward?
Exactly.
Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Attention students, Lucas Lau and Ariel Lau, please report to the principal office immediately.
thing. We just heard our prefect team did a prison visit a couple months ago.
They didn't do it to instill fear, however. They did it to learn about the CSD for career planning.
Here are some photos.